Daniel still family ties. She went out to the kitchen and started organizing things for the next day. She had just stacked the good plates on the kitchen counter, getting ready to set the table, when she heard the front door slam and what sounded like a load of bricks being dumped in her front hall. She gave a start at the wall, shuddering sound, and stuck her head out the kitchen door as Katy dumped her backpack on the floor where her books lay. She had an enormous artist's portfolio in one hand and stood grinning at Annie in a black miniskirt, a black hooded sweat, sweatshirt, sweatshirt with a shocking pink skull on it, and silver combat boots that Annie knew she had found at a garage sale somewhere. She was wearing black and white striped tights that made her look like a punk Reggie and her short jet black hair stood up all over her head. What saved the whole look was her exquisite face. She came bounding across the living room and drew her arms around Annie's neck. The two women hugged as Annie beamed. This was what she had lived for 16 years. Hi, Annie, Katy said happily, then planted a kiss on her cheek and bounded toward the fridge. The look of bliss on her aunt's face said it all. Am I happy to see you? Are you vegan this week? Annie teased her. No, I gave it up. I missed meat too much. She helped herself to a banana, sat down on one of the kitchen chairs, and smiled lovingly at her aunt. Where are everyone? She asked as she peeled the banana and stuffed a chunk of it into her mouth. The way she did it made her look about 5 years old instead of 21. Ted should be here any minute, and Lizzie is coming tomorrow. She is bringing Jean Louis. Katy looked unimpressed, went to get a CD out of her backpack and put it in the machine that had been silent since the last time she had been there. It was one by the Killers, which sounded like the rest of her music to Annie. I got a new tattoo. Wanna see? She asked proudly as Annie groaned. Can I still ground you at 21? Annie asked as Katy pulled up her sleeve to show off a colored Tweety bird on her forearm. You should get one too. Katy teased her. She knew how much her aunt hated them. I designed it myself. I did some designs for the tattoo parlor and they gave me this one for free. I would have paid you double not to do it. How are you going to feel about having Tweety bird on your arm when you are 50? I will worry about it then, Kitty said, looking around the familiar kitchen and obviously happy to be home. I will set the table. She volunteered, and when Annie went to get the tablecloth out of a drawer in the dining room, she saw Katy's belongings spread all over the front hall. It looked good to her. The house was much too pristine without them. She loved the mess, the noise, the music, the funny hair, the silver boots. It was everything that she missed. They were setting the table together when Ted walked in half an hour later. He was wearing a heavy parka, a grey crew-neck sweater, jeans and running shoes, and had come straight from school. His hair was short and he was clean shaven, a tall, handsome boy with dark hair and light grey eyes. He looked trippy and wholesome and of no possible relation to Katy, with her wild clothes, raw of pierced earrings and brand new Tweety bird tattoo. She showed it to him and he made a face. The girls Ted went out with were always blonde and blue eyes and looked like his mother and aunt. It was hard to believe that he and Katie had grown up in the same house. He gave his aunt a warm hug and turned the TV on to a hockey game. He didn't want to miss the end. They ordered pizza for dinner and the three of them laughed and chatted at the kitchen table when it came. Ted talked about law school and Annie showed them some of the work she had brought home in her portfolio, and it was very good. She had real talent. The TV and music were both on. The table was set for Thanksgiving, and as Annie looked at the two young people in her kitchen, all was well in her world. Katie's things were still in a heap in the front hall at midnight when Annie finally picked them up and took them to her room. There was a time when she would have complained about it and scolded Katie for the mess she made. Now it warmed her heart to see it, and she was just happy to have them home.